Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with this new meta Golem deck. In this deck, we'll have the Goblin Cage to replace the traditional Tombstone for a better and safer defense against Hog Riders, Golems, or Giants. I really like this deck because it's just so dang good against Bridge Spam, and I've always preferred Golem decks with the defensive building just for that added defense against Hog Rider decks. This is my preferred Golem deck in the current meta, so let's go jump straight into some games and let's assert some dominance. We're going to end up going for a Giant Snowball here, and we're going to sauce out a good luck. We're going to see what this guy's got. And he's going to end up going for a zap, so let's go in for a Baby Dragon in the back right side. It's going to end up giving me a good luck, so maybe he's running P.E.K.K.A, guys. If he's running P.E.K.K.A, we want to end up going same lane as him. Usually, most common deck with zap right now is going to be P.E.K.K.A. After seeing the Bandit, I think my suspicions are confirmed. Maybe he's running Royal Hogs with zap because he's got Magic Archer as well, so we'll have to wait and see. But I think it could be P.E.K.K.A plus Electro Wizard with Magic Archer. And that's what it's looking like, guys. So we're just going to eat that Magic Archer hit. Could also end up eating this Royal Ghost as well. I think we're going to be up a bit if I do that. So then I can go for a Night Witch. My Mega Minion should just go back. I didn't want to give him poison value. And since we end up having that Mega Minion there, I know that he's not going to be able to Bridge Spam me there. I can go for a Golem, and that will end up blocking the Night Witch from going in front. And he still has to chip away on top of the Night Witch. The Night Witch is going to spawn an absurd amount of bats, and we should be able to just straight up kill the P.E.K.K.A here. If not, kill the Electro Wizard as well. Man, what a great spot for us to be in. We end up having a Baby Dragon. One of the bats was still alive, so the tower targeted the bat, then it went back onto the Golemites instead of the Baby Dragon, so the Baby Dragon is going to stay alive for an even longer period of time. Let's go, guys. You gotta love the Baby D. And I know for a fact that I have to end up going for a Mega Minion here, or that will break through, and I'm just going to end up going for a Giant Snowball to knock that back, so it doesn't connect to the tower. So, against P.E.K.K.A, you really shouldn't be getting all this damage in single elixir, but we made a really good play. We ate some damage from the Royal Ghost, and we were allowed to do that because we were up elixir. We were able to start a Golem. You never want to start just a plain Golem in the back. You want to end up going for the Night Witch first, because it's going to be a 4 elixir cost unit, and you're still going to have elixir to defend the left-hand side if you end up doing that, right? But if I drop a Golem, then I'm only at 2 elixir, and then I can't defend. So all the best players will always go like Night Witch in the back, then they'll go in for the Golem here. So I'm going to end up going for my Golem now, and then I'm able to stop. I actually literally stopped my Night Witch from progressing forward, as you guys just saw there, and it allowed me to do a lot more than I otherwise would have been able to. So he's definitely going to go for P.E.K.K.A, so we want to end up going for a Mega Minion. We want to end up having a Baby Dragon right on top of that as soon as possible, so then we're able to have all of our air units that are not going to be targeted from the ground, just damaging down that P.E.K.K.A from a distance, and he doesn't have any good way of killing that at all. He has to end up going for like Bandit. Sometimes they end up having like minions in this matchup instead. That's even worse for him. Man, I wish I had known that he was going to go for Battle Ram there. I would have 100% just went in for a Goblin Cage. Oh, we almost got a connection, but we just need 2 poisons and we'll walk away with a W. As you guys can see, this matchup can be a little bit stressful in single elixir if you end up having a bad card cycle, but I had a pretty good card cycle. I took advantage of an opportunity by eating a little bit of damage, started a Golem push with a Night Witch in the back first before starting my Golem, and then I was able to capitalize it and win the game. So I'm just going to end up passively cycling a Goblin Cage here, a Snowball to aid my faster cycle, and then poison him out for the W. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. It was a pleasure playing against you. A lot of people end up thinking that P.E.K.K.A counters Golem, but Golem actually counters P.E.K.K.A if you go the same lane and it's double elixir. So this guy goes and kicks off the game with the Lava Hound. So we're going to go Golem same lane. We're going to stockpile our Night Witch, Bats, and our Mega Minions same lane. And ideally, we have Baby Dragon pretty close in our card cycle. I want to end up going for my Night Witch as early as possible, so then our Bats stockpile up on the Lava Hound. We're going to have to wait and see what he's going to do. He probably has Inferno Dragon, and he also ends up having Goblin Cage most likely. That's usually what most decks are packing at this time. And I just want to end up killing his Lava Hound as soon as possible, and then I want to end up going in for a Baby Dragon here, because that's really the only way that we're going to be able to kill all those really pesky skeletons. Our Baby Dragon should be able to get on top of his, and wow, we're actually doing really well. We're making great strides here. I don't really want to go in for a Snowball. I do have to, though, if I want to go and cycle back to another Golem. So let's just go in for our Snowball now, because it's going to give us extra tower damage. I'd rather cycle my Snowball right now and then be back to Golem instead of just cycling a Snowball on defense against the Flying Machine or on offense just against the tower, because it allowed me to get an extra hit. We know his only offensive push is a Lava Hound, so I can go and start my Golem, because what is it going to do? Spam Lava Hound at the river? No one does that. I can easily go in for a Golem in the back here and just be safe. Safe and sound. Let's try to replicate the same thing, because look at the interaction. We ended up being up to, I don't know, man, like way too much. 1,200 damage Or 1,000 damage here. Yeah, 1,000 damage. We didn't get anything on the right-hand side. I don't know why I thought it was going to get a little bit there. I thought I, like, cycled a Lumberjack. Maybe that was, like, last game. Sometimes I'll cycle a Lumberjack on the right-hand side if I think that they're going to end up going for, like, a Skarmy on the left. So then they don't have anything for it, right? Because they don't have very many ground answers. This guy's going to end up having Flying Machine again. And I'm going to go for a Snowball yet again on defense just to make sure that he gets less hits. And then I cycle back to another Golem, so it's fine. It only gets one hit on our tower. We get back to another Golem. We're up Elixir. And he starts a Lava Hound really high up, interestingly enough. So that means it's going to be expedited push even closer to our tower now. So that's great for me. The closer my tower is able to shoot it, the faster it's able to shoot it, the happier the Jake is, man. I'm just super happy whenever that happens. So here we go. We are going to end up going for another Lumberjack. I can end up going for a Snowball on defense to kill the Skeletons a little bit quicker. So then we're going to be able to keep everything alive for a little bit longer. I'm going to end up going in for a Baby Dragon here. He went in for like a clone. Doesn't matter to me at all. And if you're playing against Lava Clone, this deck is a pretty good matchup against it, guys. You just go same lane as you guys just saw. We end up having Poison for all of his clone if we need to. But usually, if you just go same lane and stockpile up all these air units, you don't even need to. I'd rather have units that give me utility on offense, like a Night Witch and a Baby Dragon and a Mega Minion, clobbering his units and counter pushing. Whereas the Poison just chills on my side of the map. So I don't really like playing this matchup defensively. I'll eat a lot of damage on my tower, as you guys saw on the left-hand side. And I'll make a huge counter push that he can't defend. I'll end up using my Snowball on the Skeletons. And as soon as we do that, he has nothing on the ground besides a Lumberjack. And then my ground forces just overwhelm him, and we take the W. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. This guy's going to end up going in for a Dark Prince and a Mega Minion, so we're going to have to wait and see what his deck is. Definitely want to end up going for a Goblin Cage because I don't have anything else on the ground. It looks like it might be Golem versus Golem here. And I need to end up going for a Mega Minion off to the side, so then his Baby Dragon ends up dying. I think I can actually end up going for a Mega Minion right on top of his Baby D. I think that's okay. His Mega Minion will end up dying without a hit on our tower. And he's going to have Collector. What the heck, dude? This is later in a GC and you're running Collector? I kind of want to end up going in for a Night Witch and then a Golem in front. And then if he drops like a Night Witch or anything on defense, we can end up poisoning the Collector and that. So that's what I'm going to go for, guys. That's what we're going to be like banking off of. I'm going to be playing pretty aggressive here, but I really want him to drop something on defense that I can clip with a poison. Hitting the tower, the Collector, and maybe a Night Witch or something. That would be ideal. If I can do it, my plan is going to be working. And if it's not, then I'll be a little bit of a sad panda. But we'll have to wait and see on that end. The bats might be able to kill the Mega Minion. And I don't even want to go and spend Elixir there. But another reason to do this push, guys, is if I end up taking the tower, I also kill the Collector. So you always want to be pushing in the same lane as your opponent's Collector. When you're running Beatdown or any deck in particular, you always want to push in the same lane where they start their Collector. And as a result, guys, we take the Collector and we might just straight up take the game. That was just a really good play on my end, and I think we're going to get rewarded handsomely for that. Okay, he went for a Fireball. That was probably a bad Mega Minion on our end. Might have been a little bit too aggressive. We might get a couple hits. No, we bait out a Musketeer. Let's go. I said it was bad. And man, did it show up. It's like, Jake, you said I was bad. I got to show you who's boss. That comes through with the Swipe of Fury. So he's going to end up continuing spamming me. I'm just going to end up going for a Night Witch after the Musketeer locks on. So then the Mega Minion is the only thing that's targeting our Night Witch. So then I can just end up going for a Golem. And then he has to go in for Elixir Collector if he wants to defend this. Elixir Collector, guys, the best defensive card in the game. If you're looking for a new building, make sure to use the Elixir Collector to lose the game a little bit quicker than you ever have. So GG, well played, and peace out, man. This is later in a GC, and there's just no way for him to stop that Golem from crushing through and running a rampage on his tower. GG, well played, and peace out. As you guys can see, go same lane as that Elixir Collector, sauce out a Golem in the back, same lane, and then try to get some poison value. If not, just straight up take the tower and kill the Elixir Collector in one push. And that was a dream world scenario that we just had. Let's move on to the next one and let's keep asserting dominance. So this guy's going to end up going for Skeletons and Ice Spear, so we already know it's going to be 2.6 Hog Rider or 2.9. If it's going to be 2.9, we do not end up having Barb Barrel. So guys, we have to play defensive right now, and it looks like that's what it's going to be. He's going to end up going in for a Tesla here. I have to end up going in the opposite lane. I cannot cycle a 4 elixir cost unit because then he goes in for an Expo and I can't get a Golem down in time. But since I cycle the 3 elixir cost unit, a Mega Minion, I'm always going to have enough elixir for that Golem. He's going to end up going for a Tesla. The Tesla is not going to be able to support him any longer. And I actually want to end up going in for a Poison here just to kill those archers. So we're going to be able to kill the archers. We're going to actually demand a little bit more of a presence with our Golem now. And that Expo is just going to die. So that's really good for me. I feel pretty comfortable about going in for a Lumberjack as well since his Ice Golem's out of cycle. And I don't know how he's going to be able to defend this. If you don't end up having Ice Golem in cycle and you don't have Skeletons in cycle, this Lumberjack is going to demand a Tesla and it still gets a hit. So that's a great elixir trade for us, making sure that he has to posture his Tesla really far away from the river as well. So that means he's not able to support his Expo with it. Man, this is just bad for him in almost every situation. I want to end up going for the Baby Dragon on the right-hand side to make sure that he doesn't get like an Ice Spirit to go and kite the Baby Dragon into the Tesla. He has to drop archers now, and he has to split them, and then he probably has to go for an Ice Spirit as well, so that's already 4 elixir. And then the Baby Dragon locks onto the tower, so if he wants to like switch towers on us, that'd be really, really bad for him then. Let's just go in for a Goblin Cage now, because it will be able to block a... it will be able to block the Expo for enough time for us to go in for a Golem, so it's okay to have that. And if I end up having 2 4-cost units on both sides at the same time, and I have the Goblin Cage in the middle, I can actually do a 4 elixir cost unit in the back. But that's one of the very few situations. Usually you don't want to go for a 4-cost unit in the back because you're going to get screwed, because then they just Expo opposite lane. But since I had the Goblin Cage there to protect myself, we were doing very well. So wow, we end up having the Golem get kited back by that Tesla and the Expo composition, but I think we can keep spamming him at this point since he went in for a defensive Expo because he was in a really bad spot. We didn't give him any opportunities to go for an Expo, so he's like, dang, I have to go for a defensive one now. And then we just went Golem, same lane. It's kind of like the same premise as P.E.K.K.A versus Expo. You never really want to end up going in for a defensive Expo in that situation as the Expo player, because as you just saw, I realized that by playing a lot of Expo, your opponent just goes in for a P.E.K.K.A in the back, and then they end up killing that Expo, and then you're not able to ever support your Expo after. If they slow roll a P.E.K.K.A and they don't spam you, you're going to be in a really bad spot. And we just slow rolled a Golem, and then we didn't spam into his defensive Expo, and we were in a really good spot. So it was the exact same thing. We're going to end up going in for a Night Witch in the back. We're not immediately going to go in for a Golem. Then we're going to end up going for our Golem. It's still going to be able to make sure that we direct the Expo onto that. We can even go in for a poison on top of the archers, the Expo, and the Tesla. So that was extremely eventful for me. We're going to end up going for the Mega Minion here, and we're trying to get air units onto the tower. That's usually the way that you want to approach this. It's not an easy matchup to ever break through when you don't have Barb Barrel or Lightning, but I think that we're going to be able to poison him out or potentially just get Baby Dragon hits onto the tower. We're going to try to snowball the archers closer together, and we end up killing the archers there. Feels good, man. We're just going to end up going for 2 poisons here. And we should be able to walk away with a W then. So let's just go in for our Lumberjack. Make sure that we're able to kill this Expo. Actually, I need to end up going in for a defensive Golem here. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I have to. I can't even poison. Realizing how strong Expo is with Tesla is something that you guys are probably very well aware of. It's one of the strongest comps in the game right now. And if you're not running Golem with Lightning or Golem with Barb Barrel, you're definitely going to have issues with it. Expo is 100% favored in here. So we're going to end up going for a poison after we end up killing that Expo. And then he's going to have a Tesla, but the Tesla will die. We can end up just defending with a Golem and then poisoning him out. Because poison does 216, and that's all we need. We're going to wait and see. Where is your going to... You have to drop it, right? Yeah, there it is. I was like, yo, are you going to do it, or are you not about it? Anyway, we're going to end up going for our Golem now. We're going to end up going in for a Baby Dragon or Mega Minion. It doesn't really matter. I actually want to end up going for a Mega Minion right on top. Going for our Juicy Snowball, and the Snowball should be able to slow everything down. It also allows us to get a faster cycle back to our poison to finish off the game a little bit quicker. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you, sir. He did have matchup, but we had a pretty good way of playing it, and hopefully you guys can incorporate that in your own gameplay against 2.9 Expo. I know a lot of Golem players right now are absolutely hating 2.9 because it actually has matchup against you if you're not running Barb Barrel and you're not running Lightning. Alright, so we got a game. We're going to sauce out a good luck here, and since we're rocking Golem, we really don't want to go and drop anything. We want to relax and wait until double elixir before casting our Golem. This guy, unfortunately, is going to be just a savage and goes in for a Valkyrie right out of the gate. So he's got Valkyrie, he's going to end up having Baby Dragon. I'm immediately thinking that this is going to be a graveyard deck, but it's probably going to be some type of control deck after seeing the Valkyrie, right? Very rarely do you ever end up seeing Valkyrie in an offensive deck. So he's going to end up having a Hog Rider, and he's also going to end up having a Lumberjack here. So he's going to play really aggressive, and we're just going to try to survive until double elixir. We're going to try to cast our Golem as soon as he overcommits, and then he's not going to be able to punish the opposite lane. So there are 2 situations where you want to drop your Golem. When you're up elixir or when their win condition is out of cycle. So if his Hog Rider's out of cycle, he will not be able to pressure the opposite lane effectively. And in this situation, I am for sure knowing that his Hog Rider is out of cycle since he casted it earlier. He's going to be 2 cards out of cycle, and he's probably going to have to play same lane as into us because he is down elixir as well. So both of those criteria are fulfilled there. He's down Elixir, he doesn't have Hog Rider in cycle. So he's going to be dropping cards in the same lane as the Golem, and then he's going to be trying to defend here. We're going to end up going for the Night Witch, and we're going to end up making sure that we drop our Night Witch really far back. And the reason behind that is if we dropped it a little bit further in front, the bats would have reached before the Golem, and then because the bats reach before the Golem, then you're just wasting bats. You always want to make sure that you time it so then they're not able to kill the bats before the bats go behind the Golem. So yeah, the bats were behind the Golem. They gave me a lot of value. I killed the baby dragon a little bit quicker, and we're probably just going to walk away with this W. So usually you want to wait until double Elixir before casting your Golem, but if your opponent's win condition is out of cycle and you are up Elixir, you can definitely do it. I hope you guys are able to take that away from this game. So from this point on, I'm just going to try to defend for the rest of the time. I'm going to end up going for a Lumberjack in the back. We can even end up going in for a Night Witch. But yeah, he's just going to continue to spam me. But since I end up having Goblin Cage, it's not going to be very impactful or mattering at all. All I have to do is just make sure that I spend my Elixir on defense here and don't overcommit on offense, and we'll walk with a very easy W. So let's just go in for another baby dragon here. This guy ended up spamming me, and since you have Snowball, you can even propel back the Hog Rider so then it gets less hits on your tower. I don't even know if it gets one. Yeah, it doesn't even get a single one. We're going to go and kite his Lumberjack towards us, and this is a super easy dub. I don't think I can 3-crown him, but I think it might be worth it. Let's just see if we can. Let's see if we can assert dominance to the highest degree here. We're going to end up having the Lumberjack raging up our baby dragon and our Golem. So if that locks on, we might even be able to crack... Oh, man. We might even crack through and get a 3-crown. That's crazy. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you guys. And it just shows you how you're able to destroy people if you just are patient with Golem.